Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Driving Madeline charity movie screening organized by the Hong Kong Diamond Cap Foundation. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Chung Fat Shing, former principal of POCA Wong Siu Ching Secondary School. My colleagues and friends used to call me Principal Chung, but now I like them to call me Uncle Shing, Sing Suk. People are very interested in my Chinese name, Zhong Fat Sing, especially my middle name, Fat, meaning Buddha in English. Though I'm not a Buddhist, I'm grateful that my parents gave me such a meaningful name. Perhaps they'd like me to grow up with a heart of gold like Buddha, being kind-hearted, wise, and disciplined. Originally, I should be present at this theater to share with you my adventure of being a diamond cab driver. Unfortunately, I contracted COVID-19 a few days ago and had to stay at home for quarantine. I must apologize for that. Perhaps you may want to know why I joined the Diamond Cab. It's a pretty long story to tell. When I was a Form 6 student, I happened to see a quotation from the Gospel of St. Mark on the wall of the study room at my school. It was written, "Even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. 非以役人，乃役於人." I found the quotation extremely meaningful and determined to make serving other people my goal of life. So I became the chairman of my school's social service team and trying my best to provide various services for the underprivileged. Besides, I have a special hobby. Guess what? It's driving. Around 30 years ago, when I was still a secondary school teacher, I obtained both the minibus and bus driving licenses, hoping that I could use my driving skill to serve other people one day. After retirement less than a year ago, I had more time to serve other people and wanted to realize my dream. I phoned the NGOs to see if they need any part-time rehab bus driver, but the post was not available. Suddenly, I remember an alumni of Wong Siu Ching, Mr. Zack Kai Yao, who was a professional accountant whom we once invited to have a sharing session with our students in career planning. In his speech, he said his life being an accountant was extremely monotonous. Day in and day out, he has to deal with piles of documents and loads of figures. He could not find any meaning for what he was doing. He finally quitted his job to start a more fulfilling career. That is, being a diamond cab driver to help those in need of barrier-free transportation. Being inspired by him, I decided to follow in his footsteps and join the Diamond Cab. Another reason for me to join the Diamond Cab is that I find the services provided indispensable for those wheelchair passengers. Firstly, it has provided convenient and efficient point-to-point means of transportation to and from clinics and hospitals, which can cater for the medical needs of sick passengers and safeguard their health. Secondly, if you have been in quarantine like me, you have experienced the pain of being locked up at home day after day. In fact, for some reasons, many elderly or physically impaired are just like being put in quarantine for life, and they're trapped at home all the time without any chances to go out. The Diamond Leisure of the Foundation has created golden opportunities for them to widen the social circle by leaving the home to enjoy leisure activities and see the world. I've taken passengers to the Hong Kong Government Stadium to watch the Rugby 7, to Sunbeam Theatre to enjoy Chinese opera, as well as to Stanley Marketplace for sightseeing and yum cha, that is having Chinese tea and dim sum. From their happy faces and the endless conversation with the family members and me, I can tell they all enjoyed and cherished these precious moments of outing very much. I may tell you, being a diamond cab driver is such a big challenge for an amateur taxi driver like me. I can still remember the first time when I took passengers from Kwun Tong to a clinic in Tsim Sha Tsui. I was totally at sixes and sevens. With limited knowledge about the roads and streets on the Kowloon side, I had to find my way repeatedly before I could reach the exact location of the clinic. Upon arrival at the destination, the traffic was very busy. I clumsily unloaded the passengers as quickly as I could. Yet, I was already blocking all the cars behind my taxi. Though I could finally finish my first journey in the end, I was very thankful that the passengers were very tolerant of my ignorance and clumsiness. Of all the orders I've taken, the most unforgettable journey was the one to Chengquan Old Chinese Permanent Cemetery. I took a family to the cemetery for tomb sweeping right after the Zhongyang Festival. The wheelchair passenger was a weak-old gentleman who lost his wife a few months ago. On the way to the cemetery, his daughter told me that his father was extremely sad at the loss of his better half. He missed her so much that he spent hours at home every day staring at her photos and weeping. It was the father's long-cherished wish for the whole family to pay tribute to Mom in front of her grave. On the return journey, the daughter told me that it was a great relief for father, as his dream had eventually come true, and he thanked me for the ride and gave me 2 red packets as a token of her appreciation of my service and her blessing. What I can get from this journey is not only the taxi fare, nor the red packets, but also the sense of satisfaction and achievement that I can use my driving skills to realize the dream of other people, and to make them happy, and even to heal the pains and sorrow. Finally, I'm very proud to have the opportunity to join the Diamond Cab and serve the wheelchair users and the carers. To me, no matter who you are, a principal, an accountant, a CEO, a housewife, or a taxi driver, please never fail to do anything good which you deem as petty. 莫以善小而不為. If we can do our jobs with our passion and sincerity, and commit ourselves to serving other people, our community and the world will be a much happier place to live in. Once again, I have to apologize for my absence at this film show. I really hope that all of you have enjoyed watching the film and will make your generous donations to the Diamond Cab Foundation. Remember, every penny of your contributions means a lot to the underprivileged service users. Thank you so much for your patience to listen to me. May I wish you all good health and all the best in the years ahead. Thank you again.